And that's, again, that's the thing. That's what we were talking about on the drive-through this past week is the WWE is not only seen by the fans as the preeminent organization, but it is the preeminent organization in terms of their business and the way that that's structured. And I'm not talking about the creative. I'm not talking about the booking. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Over history, that applies to everybody. Their production, their marketing, their merchandising, the way that they make stars, the way that they don't let a lot of the guys that they have investments in damage themselves by indulging their own worst interests and being stupid, either in terms of hurting themselves or in terms of presenting themselves like fucking morons. They make stars, they have access to stars. And even though this is some of the most boring fucking wrestling that anybody that's ever watched wrestling since the goddamn pre-television era when they did lay in headlocks for 10 minutes. Even though it's that boring, it's making a fucking fortune and it's blowing AEW out of the water because AEW's office, I know their television production, at least the creative end of it, is not run as professionally as Jim Crockett Promotions was. But I think AEW's goddamn office is now the 2023 equivalent of 421 Briar Bend Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, a converted convenience store that housed Jim Crockett Promotions with 3 full-time secretaries and 4 other people working in the building, and they were grossing $20 million a year in 1986. They just didn't have the infrastructure.
You know, that's actually not even fair. It's a combination of that because you can't take away the pay-per-view success that AEW's had. Although, again, that doesn't take into account the money lost on a number of other things, including this bomb of a video game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, robbing Peter to pay Paul, but go ahead.
But it's more like TNA. And it feels a lot more like classic TNA right now than ever before. Just a bunch of shit thrown out there that'll exist forever because there's endless money to throw at it. And it's not going to go away for any of the traditional reasons that would make a wrestling promotion go away.
Such as
losing money.
Nobody wanting to see the shit and it losing money.
Yeah, such as no one attending your shows and losing money. You being able to just fly everyone everywhere all the time for shows that no one's paying to go to. Apparently the big show is offering 2-for-1 tickets. Then we saw something that was buy 3, get 1. So there's all sorts of different deals going around.
They have the Yum Center in Louisville. Somebody tweeted the ticket plan, the floor seating layout. They have the Yum Center for this coming Wednesday set up for, I believe, 4,900 people or 4,700 people or something. It's a 22,000 seat building for basketball. But they got it set up for 49 and they haven't sold 3,000 tickets yet. So they have, I think they've got like 40 or 50% of their seating capacity sold, but they've actually sold like 12% of the capacity of the arena. It's insane. That can't. And they're doing television with a big truck and satellite and live feeds and crew and production and catering and blah, blah, blah. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Obviously with the payroll and all the other things involved, 7 figures to do this fucking production.
You know what else too? The fans that actually do go and buy tickets, those are the fans that support the product. Those are the fans that would buy lots of merch. Then they don't even have like a well-stocked merch stand anywhere. Or they'll have one merch stand with like 5 different designs of shirts and that's it.
There are going to be more, and I know this is a tangent, and we'll get back to the point in a second, but there are going to be more employees of the Yum Center stationed at places that are blocked off to public access than there are that are actually going to be working where the general public, the paying customers, are coming in and being seated or whatever. Because of the size of that building, and how are you going to constrict? You can't, Can you imagine? My God, this used to be done every once in a while in some of the major arenas, especially ones that might have the end of it curtained off. And when there was a half a house, can you imagine if you put the wrestling fans of the old days, at least, in a 20,000 seat building, there's only 2,500 people in it, and most of it's blocked off. They'd be fucking in empty bathrooms. They'd be getting drunk and doing who knows what kind of fucking substances in the aisleways. Yeah. So they're going to have a large crew working in the Yum Center that Tony Khan will be paying for to keep the small amount of people away from the large amount of places they're not supposed to go. Nevertheless, I digress. That's the point. Whether it's beating Crockett because he was running an office out of a convenience store, whether it was beating TNA because Dixie, whether it was beating anybody he's beaten, it's a more professionally run business. The wrestling product only occasionally actually has been better than the competition. And that's what we're saying. This is, again, boring.
Well, that's the problem, though. You know, and SmackDown's a better example because SmackDown being 2 hours, it moves along better. SmackDown's a better show than Raw.
Yes.
But it's just the stars. It's not about any of the matches. It's about what are the stars going to do and when are the stars going to be on the show. And those moments work with those fans. AEW, and we'll talk about it, had this collision show where suddenly it was Omega versus MJF, which would be a really big match. They stacked the rest of that show with garbage. It's like, how are you supposed to get anyone excited in this product? Look at how you book these cards.
They ran the diners off with the rancid appetizers before they got to the fucking filet mignon. It was actually supposed to be filet mignon, turned out to be horse meat, but we'll get to that.
But that's the problem. There is no, you know, look, WWE will always fuck with their competition, at least as long as Vince is alive, and probably far after that. But there is no competition right now. WWE is miles above AEW worldwide. And AEW is floundering. And even the most diehard AEW fan is seeing it now. AEW feels more like late WCW and early TNA than it does AEW.
Hold on. I may be going to take issue with you here for a second, but I've got to, flood, flop, flora, Florida. I'm trying to find floundering, QRSTU. There. Flounder. To move or thrash about clumsily, to act or proceed in confusion. I don't know if now is this the next stage after floundering? Are they spiraling? After you flounder and flail about, wouldn't you then begin the suction of the drain is calling? All right. But that's the point. And you made it is. At various points, we've said to ourselves in this adventure over the past few years, you know, AEW, they might be making a run at this thing. At least, boy, it's looking up. It's maybe the better program. And then they would shoot themselves in the foot or something would happen. And then every once in a while, the WWE would be like, what the fuck? Are they trying to lose this thing? It's almost like they're putting them over. They're handing them shit. But then they would rebound and the bloodline and the blah, blah, blah. But now it's neither show is easy to watch, but there's a clear winner because at least they're focused and they're professional. And they don't, what was it? Thez said, I will brook none of your shenanigans. And they don't brook a lot of shenanigans over there in Stamford anymore. You know what? Honestly, Brian, especially now more than ever with these programs just lulling you into a somnambulistic state. You know what you need, don't you, to be able to watch wrestling on TV in this day and age?
What's that?
You need the perfect sleep chair. That's what you need.
I could use it right now, apparently. Yes.
Apparently you could. See, I was going, you need the perfect sleep chair, and then you jump in, and it was just my whole timing. But I'll tell you, did I tell you what I did? I haven't told the folks out there. I got the perfect sleep chair. I mentioned that when we done their spot before, but and I said it goes up and it goes down. It goes up, it cools down. What it was, I got the perfect sleep chair. I got the perfect
I don't
sleep
know
chair.
what
See,
you're doing. No, you're ruining the spot. You should stop
I'm-
your singing and your snapping and your.
I'm brainstorming their music now for the because it heats up, it cools down. I got the perfect sleep chair. I got the perfect. That's their new spots. But what I did with my perfect sleep chair that heats up and vibrates and sits up and lays back and reclines and moves in an infinite number of positions, I gave it to my cousin Larry because he got out of the rehabilitation facility last week and he was at his house and still because and this is all in all seriousness. They used to say it on the wrestling programs, we're going to have a main event today for all you sick and shut-ins, but we have not talked. We've just talked to the lazy portion of our audience, the part that wants to be not only comfortable, but positively sloth-like as they sit and veg out and watch TV. But this thing is therapeutic. If you have a member of your family that has, issues with being able to get up and down by themselves and they need to move around, but still while they're in a chair, this is perfect because now instead of the recliner he had that he had to crank the thing and the feet would go up and the back would go back and that was it. Now, if he wants to put the feet up and lay the back down at the same time or one or the other, he can do that. It tilts you up into all kinds of positions and it's making it easier for him to change his positions while he's still weak and, it needs to be supervised when he actually stands up and moves around. Because if you've been in bed for weeks and weeks, it takes a while after an illness like that for your muscles to come back. So that, according to what he said, it made a big difference and is something that we might consider for those of us in our families or social circles that are more than just couch potatoes and actually need to be chair bound for some period of time.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Killjoy. Why don't we talk about all the fun things you could do in the perfect sleep chair?
It's
you can go back, you can go forward, you can, what'd you say? You could heat, you can cool, you could vibrate. Ooh,
now you want to know. You heat up, you cool down. I got the perfect sleep chair. I got the perfect sleep chair. I got the perfect sleep chair. But they don't skimp on quality. And it's available in fabrics of all kinds, including genuine leather. For those of you in the audience who may not only be homebound, but incontinent. So it's easier there. And they've sold more than 100,000 perfect sleep chairs, the folks at Journey Health and Lifestyle. So, there's a bunch of people apparently are pissing themselves over this thing. And they deliver the chair directly to you, so you don't have to worry about packing this thing home from the store. They brought mine right in, lifted the top of the box off, and anything that comes out of a box is over. You know that. So whether you want the therapeutic heat or the vibration to soothe aching or weakened muscles because of some debilitating condition, or you just want to crank back in this thing and stuff Twinkies down your neck until you vomit, you can do either one you want. It's the perfect sleep chair. And you can, once again, make yourself, do yourself a favor in the holiday season. Not only is it going to be cold for most of you out there, well, this thing heats up, but also when you're watching wrestling, you don't have to get up and go to bed when you've already gone to sleep. You can just be there. And you don't even need a blanket. It's got heat. So all you got to do is head over to shopjourney.com. That's Shop Journey, as in the band formerly starring Steve Perry. Shopjourney.com/JCE and use the promo code JCE for $125 off the order of the perfect sleep chair. Is that the largest cash discount that we have ever offered here on the program?
You've asked that before, I think so, just because I can't imagine, unless you buy like thousands of dollars worth of stuff using a promo code to get a allotted percentage as a discount.
Well, yeah, but this is a minimum guarantee. See, that's
Oh,
different now. We're talking about the old days, the way they paid the wrestlers on the percentage, but this is a Gary. You're getting $125 off of what you
oh,
order.
I would leave WWF for this deal.
Well, there you go. Sign the papers now, folks. You don't even need Barry Bloom to represent you. Go to shopjourney.com/JCE. Use the promo code JCE at checkout. $125 off your order for the perfect sleep chair. And you can do more than sleep in it. We've established that. You can sleep, you can eat, you can watch TV, you can bump uglies with your significant other. And if you get the leather one, well, then you can probably just go wherever you need to go and worry about it later. Shopjourney.com/JCE. Use the promo code JCE at checkout.
A wonderful chair, the perfect sleep chair. That's right.
Well, thank you, little Sir Echo.
I really like that chair. I want to make sure that people know that we're really endorsing it.
When nobody was questioning you.
Well, you with your whole downbeat, if you're an invalid and you have no legs. And
I was suggesting to other people, he's got legs. He's got legs. He knows how to use them.
If your life isn't bad enough, I'll sing. Yeah, he knows how to use his legs. Okay. Well, perfect sleep chair.
And she knows how to use hers, too.
Who?
She's got legs. Yes.
All right. Well,
I'm just saying, whether you're able-bodied or feeble-minded or whatever you are, you can get something out of the perfect sleep chair.
That's right.
It's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
It doesn't discriminate, Brian, over race or creed or color. What is a creed? Hold on, let me look.
I guess perfection is really what it implies, that it's perfect for everyone.
That's why they named it. It's perfect, and it's for everyone, because everyone sleeps, right? Everybody sleeps.
Yeah.
Everybody poops. Everybody sleeps. These are common things. Well, it's perfect for everybody then. I still can't find creed. Let's see, what exactly is that? Creed, a formal statement of religious belief. All right, then. Yeah, we don't discriminate at the perfect sleep chair against any race, creed, or color.
They discriminate against people pretending they work there. You don't work there.
Well, I feel like I'm one of them because I was at one with one of their chairs for about a week till I gave it to my needy cousin. I feel like I'm
now he's needy. Now he's needy.
Well,
he didn't say he was needy
in need of a chair. No, he's got plenty of money, but he didn't have a goddamn good chair. Now he's got a goddamn good chair. See, sometimes rich people that can afford anything they want still would not know that this thing was a thing that was available until somebody else gives them that thing. So give me that thing, because it's the best.
Or, rich cousin could just use the promo code. What's that one more time, Jim?
JCE at shopjourney.com/JCE.
That's right. And this is your show.